everybody. I'm Kristen Porter Utley, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs at Framingham State University. It's wonderful to have you here today for the university's 2025 graduate commencement ceremony. If you're not standing already and are able, please rise for the presentation of the colors, followed by the singing of our national anthem by Leanne Ferguson, a member of the class of 2025. The colors are being presented by members of the Aspet Valley Regional Technical High School Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Thank you so much, Leanne. Please be seated. We'd now like to take a moment to recognize all of the veterans and current members of the military in the audience. Would you please rise? Any members of the military or veterans? Thank you very much. Thank you. Our graduate students represent a truly tremendous collection of brain power, talent, and perseverance. They've worked so incredibly hard to make it here, balancing the demands of their classwork with full-time jobs and family responsibilities. And now all of those nights of frantic dinners and very little sleep have finally paid off. I welcome all family members and friends of those about to graduate whose support and encouragement have greatly contributed to their success. I also want to extend a very warm welcome to the many faculty members here today who have shared their knowledge, time, and expertise with our students to help make this day possible. A special thank you also to the graduate and continuing education staff for supporting our students throughout their education and for helping to make today's celebration a true success. So thank you, everybody. It's now my tremendous pleasure to introduce Dr. Nancy S. Nemi, President of Framingham State University.
Good evening, and welcome parents, family, and friends of those who are about to graduate. Welcome dedicated faculty, trustees, alumni, and honored guests. Most importantly, welcome graduates, and congratulations. Yes. We can keep clapping. To begin the ceremony, I ask everyone to join me in a brief moment of silent reflection to give thanks for everything you have accomplished, for the support and guidance of family, friends, faculty, and staff, and to honor those who are no longer with us. Thank you. Today, we celebrate your achievement of having mastered a body of knowledge and skills, a concept that has been named as such, being a master, at least in the English-speaking world, since roughly the 17th century. John Locke, the educator and essayist on whom many of us rely as the foundation of our work, was one of the first to speak of something as having been mastered. Something, writing in his essay, Humane Understanding, that to make oneself a master of is to attain expertise in an art, a science, or a skill, to acquire complete knowledge or understanding of a fact or a subject, to attain complete facility using an instrument or something of the like. Complete knowledge of and understanding of your subject, complete facility. To have a master's degree then means that you have it all. I suspect that you might not feel like you know everything about your discipline, at least in its entirety. You might feel relief, perhaps, in being done, happiness that you have stayed the course of your particular field or direction, pride, I certainly hope, at your accomplishment. We offer this all-encompassing degree, but I think still, ironically, consider master's degrees as utilitarian. I suppose all academic degrees are to some extent. For master's degrees in particular, though, we see them as a vehicle that allow us to pursue a specialization, a career that we have decided is worth making a commitment to. It is this commitment that allows and indeed commands the time to specialize so you can become the experts that you now are. This specialization should lead to more respect than it sometimes has, both inside and outside academia. Within academia, the master's degree's practicality is judged as not quite scholarly enough. Outside the master's degree is too often the middle child of degrees, if you will, suffering from being neither shiny and new like the bachelor's degree, or from the top of the academic order like the doctorate. But I am here to remind you to ignore the chatter if you hear it. You will now be masters of arts, of business administration, of health administration, of human resources, of public administration, of science, and of science of nursing. Masters, experts, as Locke reminded us, with complete understanding. Only 13% of the adults in the US have the degree that is now being conferred to you. And if this sounds like defensiveness from the president of an educational institution, you bet it is. To all those outside our grounds who dismiss higher education as not worthy, I invite you to meet the worthiest of people here this evening who are and will be making our communities richer, our healthcare system more able to serve the health of our people, our civic work stronger, and our businesses more able to offer their services in a way that makes humans better. And I say go forth and be the experts you are, with Framingham State at your back and by your side. So proud in the knowledge that we are part of the commitment to wherever you are sharing your expertise. The accomplishments to which all of you lay claim are the product of some very significant collaborations, especially with your faculty and with your family and friends. Graduates, please rise and join me in a gesture of thanks to the faculty and staff, and also to your families and the significant people in your lives who have helped you achieve this moment. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, to bring greetings on behalf of the Framingham State University Board of Trustees, please welcome Dr. Cherie Camo.
Thank you so much, President Emi. It is certainly a great honor to represent the entire Board of Trustees and congratulate today's graduates. The responsibility of the Board of Trustees is to support and steward this great university. We work alongside President Nimi and her leadership team to uphold the mission of the institution, ensure its long-term strength, and make decisions that allow students like all of you to thrive. Our role is to safeguard the values and the vision that shape this community, and to help create the conditions in which excellence in teaching, learning, and discovery can truly flourish. Graduates, I do hope that you will take some time to reflect on all that you have accomplished these past few years. Earning an advanced degree while balancing work and family responsibilities is definitely no easy task. You leave here with the knowledge, the skills, the experiences that will serve as the foundation for a lifetime of learning, leadership, and service. This world needs your energy, your ideas, and certainly your compassion. We so truly believe in your potential to create positive change wherever your journey leads. On behalf of all the trustees, congratulations and good luck as you move into the next phase of your lives.
Thank you, Trustee Como. At this time, it is my great honor to introduce today's distinguished speaker, a man whose life is testament to service, sacrifice, and the power of education. Warren Griffith put his college journey on hold after his first year in order to serve our country in the United States Marine Corps during the Vietnam War. Upon returning home, he resumed his studies with determination, ultimately earning both his undergraduate and graduate degrees from Framingham State University. Warren dedicated his professional life to educating and uplifting others, spending his career as a history teacher, special education teacher, and administrator in the Boston Public Schools. In that role, he shaped the lives of countless young people, bringing the same values of discipline, compassion, and leadership that he carried with him from his military service. His commitment to fellow veterans never wavered. As a charter member of the former commandant of the Metro West Detachment of the Marine Corps League, he has spent decades supporting veterans and their families, including writing and advocating for legislation that has made a real difference in their lives. This includes successful expansion of the Massachusetts Veterans Treatment Courts. His leadership and humanitarian spirit have earned him numerous accolades, including the Marine of the Year Award and the Chapel of the Four Chaplains Legion of Honor Humanitarian Award. Warren has remained a passionate supporter of Framingham State, serving on the Alumni Association Board and playing a key role in honoring the memory of fellow Marine and classmate Captain Michael Haskell by leading efforts to name the FSU Veterans Center in his honor. Please join me in welcoming a proud Ram, a decorated veteran, a dedicated educator, and a committed humanitarian, Mr. Warren Griffin.
Thank you, President Nemi, for the honor of being able to speak today to the graduates on the completion of their degree programs. This accomplishment places each one of you in a different category of academic success. This proves to the world that yes, you are well versed in your field, but do not let this be the end of your journey. It is simply a goal met, but there is a spectrum of knowledge that will always lay ahead of you throughout your future. Education, as you are well aware, is a boundaryless continuum. Framingham State University is one of the gems of the Massachusetts university system. The opportunities here are vast, and yet our campus is comfortably compact. Education you have received here matches any educational institute anywhere, whether it be very large, such as Northeastern, or smaller campuses, such as Babson. You have received a great tool for success. As one of our graduate students, you will leave here today and begin your impact on the world, and trust me, you will have an impact on the world. I began my studies at Framingham State College right out of high school. At that time, our country was engaged in the Vietnam War. During my freshman year, the tide of perception of the war began to change. This was 1968. As an 18-year-old with an 18-year-old brain, I feared that the war would be over before I graduated, so I left after that first year to serve in the Marine Corps, and did get the opportunity to serve in Vietnam. 2 years later, I left Vietnam in August and returned to resume my studies here at Framingham in September. I've been pleased to note that Framingham State ranks in the top 1/3 of the nation for veterans favorability. I graduated 3 years later with the feeling of accomplishment that you are feeling today, but with the notion that this was the end of my higher education. After a semester out of school, I felt that I should not end my education, but perhaps test myself to see if I can go further. I'm sure there were many who questioned my decision to move forward, but this decision to receive my master's degree from Framingham State, as you do today, was a great honor. The gift of Framingham State education allowed me to join the Boston Public School System and serve as a history teacher, special ed teacher, guidance counselor, and assistant principal. Serving the urban children in Boston has given me a special joy and appreciation for those less fortunate than I. Upon retirement, I have had the privilege to work with veterans as the legislative officer of Massachusetts and the National Commandant of the Marine Corps League. The confidence I have to accept challenges to try to help others began with the accomplishment of becoming a Framingham State graduate. Test yourselves, challenge yourselves. Many of you have no idea how great you can be. You have more doors open now than you did after you received your undergraduate degree. Do not limit yourselves. Do not regret not taking a chance. Framingham State University people who have achieved greater success include Major General Richard Whiteman, who went on after his military service to serve as Assistant Secretary of Defense, astronaut Krista McAuliffe, Richard Logan, well-respected business leader, in whom this gym bears his name, are just a couple of the students I had the privilege of attending classes with as an undergraduate. Through our mutual attempts to maintain and promote veterans' interests on campus, I have had the honor of calling retired Judge Michael Fabry a friend. His academic career began here at Framingham State. Another fellow veteran, Framingham State graduate and friend Ed Carr, envisioned and finally saw his dream come to fruition, establishing the Metro West Regional Transit Authority. Let today shape you in the belief that nothing is beyond your reach. Have the confidence in yourself that, yes, I can do that. The tools that are within you, nothing should be beyond your reach. You know how to have an extraordinary gift that can help you, but more importantly, help others throughout the world. You can and should be very impactful with how you use this new gift. Now let me take a moment to acknowledge a very special Framingham State graduate, Michael Haskell from Westboro, Massachusetts. Michael joined the Marine Corps right out of high school. He served in Vietnam with a unit whose name was given to them by a North Vietnamese general because they needed to be wiped out because of their fierce fighting. They were the walking dead. Micah returned to the States, became a drill instructor at Parris Island. He was so good that he was made a senior drill instructor and then completed his military service as a staff sergeant and began as a student at Framingham State. Here at Framingham, he was married, began training in the Marine Corps Officer Training Program, was captain of the hockey team, and graduated summa cum laude, all within 3 years. Upon graduation, he was commissioned as a 2nd Marine Lieutenant. He was chosen to serve in Washington at the office of the Commandant of the Marine Corps. While stationed there, he would receive his master's degree from Georgetown. He was deployed as a captain to Beirut, Lebanon, with a peacekeeping force. He was killed in the Beirut bombing. I was told that Michael was an exceptional Framingham State graduate and that I should try to have some recognition made of him. When researching, I found that retired 4-star Marine General John Allen wrote glowingly about Michael, stating that of all the young lieutenants, Michael was the one they knew would be a leader. I contacted General Allen and told him I was trying to garner support to pay tribute to Michael here at Framingham State. He stated that I should contact 4-star General John Kelly, who was even closer to Michael. General Kelly, a Brighton boy, said that he and Michael were roommates in the officer training program at Quantico because both were prior enlisted Marines. With General Kelly's confidence and support, we were able to have the Veterans Center here named in honor of Michael, proud Framingham State graduate. That confidence in himself to succeed academically began right here. Today, you stand on the shoulders of those graduates who preceded you in greatness. Now you will carry on their legacy in your own manner. Be proud of what you have done. And finally, there is one group here today who must also be recognized, and that is your family. Through the trials and tribulations of this now completed journey, they have traveled with you. I'm sure sometime during your journey, you may have considered stopping. All of us need that extra support. So for the families here today, hold your heads high and be proud of the graduate. You can definitely share in their joy. With that being said, I must thank my special person, Julianne Creedon, who has supported me with that bit of extra encouragement. I thank you. Thank you all for allowing me to share in your great accomplishment today. God bless you all. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Griffin. At this time, we would like to recognize our inaugural DGCE Faculty Coordinator and Advisor Awards. I'll ask each of our recipients to stand when I read out your name, please. The DGCE Faculty Award goes to Mr. Mark Morabito, Professor in the Master of Education with a concentration in Educational Technology Program. The DGCE Coordinator Award is given this year to Dr. Laura Hudak, Coordinator and Advisor for the Literacy and Language Program. The DGCE Advisor Award is given this year to Dr. Robert Awkward, Coordinator and Advisor for Master of Human Resources Program. Congratulations to all of you. We have, at this moment though, now reached the point in the program where we will finally award the degrees. President Nimi will certify the degrees and they will be conferred by Trustee Cherie Comeau. Will all students receiving master's degrees please stand?
Trustee Comeau, it is an honor to present candidates for the degree Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Human Resources, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, and Master of Science of Nursing at Framingham State University for the conferral of their degrees. These individuals have met the appropriate requirements for the degree programs as described by the faculty and the registrar and are entitled to all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining.
By the authority vested in me by the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education and the Board of Trustees of Framingham State University, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate master's degree and enter you into all its attendant rights and privileges. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. It's now time for the hooding ceremony. Our Dean of Graduate and Continuing Education, Marilyn Cleary, will assist our graduate program coordinators and advisors in hooding each graduate. Please note that a professional photographer will take a picture of every single graduate. So we request that the audience members please try to remain in your seats so as to not obstruct the view of other guests.
from the College of Business. Hannah Grace Abdu, receiving the Master of Business Administration degree, concentration in biotechnology operations. Hannah Grace Abdu. MD Munan Shaikh, receiving the Master of Business Administration degree, concentration in management. Kamalpreet Kaur. Marcus Nathaniel Augustus McBean, Jr. Sarah Ann Parsons. Charlie Antonio Rosario. Euna Shin. Paula Karen Valencia Moreno. Receiving the Master of Healthcare Administration degree. Bertha Gyasiwa Amoako. Manti Kumari. Rhea Giantabai Patel. Robert Michael Webb. Receiving the Master of Human Resources degree. Cara Ann Alderucci. Claudia Alexis.
Deshaun Darrell Butler.
Christine Marie Cavici. Mariana Clements. Seeth A. Crandall. Shelley Rosita John. Stevie Margato. Cindy Mawenyega. Glenna Mary Pasinowski. Olga K. Perozzo. Receiving the Master of Science degree, concentration in organizational leadership, Nicholas Alexander Moriali. Erica V. Reyes Gittleman. From the College of Education and Social and Behavioral Sciences,
Noemi M. Acevedo. Isabel Furtado Almeida. Catherine Noel Ash. Doreen L. Acuna.
Ruth de Lima.
Meredith Grace de Rochers. Emily Farnhill. Patricia B. C. Kiera Franco. Jalen Guzman Rivera. Arth Hin. Janice Marie Johnson Plumer. Mariah Cartwright McKenzie. Natalie Erin McCollum. Elizabeth C. Niquette. Milagros Rivera. Alyssa Rose Robertson. Kara Ann Rocha. Janina Josefa Rodriguez Santana. Alexandra Louise Stewart. Gianna Faye Warner.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in early childhood education.
Joan R. LeBay. DeYoung.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in early childhood education, specialization in initial licensure.
Monique L. Forti. Morgan Kathleen Kinney. Marie Grace McDonald. Cassandra DeLuca Shelton.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in educational technology.
Melissa Pereira.
Dominic Leo Morris. Jean Lorraine Rydell. Chloe Alexandra Smith.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in elementary education.
Nancy Jean Williams.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in elementary education, specialization in initial licensure.
Mohite Abaraju. Sara Kisia. Tracy Shana McMaster. Rafaela Camilo Nicoletta Jr.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in international teaching. From our site in Guatemala City, Guatemala.
Melanie Elizabeth Bonilla Plietes. Sharon Elizabeth Castillo Fuentes. Ana Gisela Chavarria Ruiz.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in literacy and language.
Leah G. Baum. Nicole Marie Borden. Amanda Mary Champy. Emily Lauren Gordon. Betsy Teresa Lazo.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in mathematics.
Kira Elise McDermott. Lauren Rose Plant.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in nutrition education, specialization in nutrition education specialist.
Angela T. Brown. Sophia Chiara Calisi. Alexandra Mary Constantine. Sophia Rose Dinsmore. Nicole Janelle. Christina Leal. Rachel Gale Slaker. Oluwatoni Shalola. Jamie J. Woods.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Rebecca E. Stahl-Bryant.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in secondary education, specialization in English.
Caroline Blanchard. Kara Michelle McCarthy.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in secondary education, specialization in mathematics.
Morgan Nadine Willis.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in secondary education, specialization in history.
Claire M. Gagnon.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in special education.
Laura Ebeliza Abreu. Taylor Catherine Balunas. Kelsey Jean Benoit. Lisa Nicole Blackwell. Danielle Catherine DeCorsia. Ashley Ferranda. Shayna Goggin. Catherine Sophia Hansen. Rebecca Lynn Harrison. Lillian Janet Clausen. Emily McGovern. Shannon May Ring. Erica Marie Sinanian. Catherine Suzanne Trichetta.
Receiving the Master of Education degree, concentration in teaching English as a second language.
Diane Bagarini Ferguson.
Kimberly Mursky. Olivia Grace O'Connell. Anastasia S. Zahariadis.
Receiving the Master of Public Administration degree.
Jared James Benjamin Grigg. Oluwafun Milayo Lois Oyemara. James Michael Perry. Max Lewis Poverman. Danielle R. Spitz-Gasnola. Stephen R. Tedeschi. Catherine Patricia Bryant Younger.
From the College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Receiving the Master of Science degree, concentration in food and nutrition with the specialization in coordinated program in dietetics. Emily Ann Bangrazi. Abby Elizabeth Busio. Bahirati Bekur Oni Chambers. Mylene Caroline Dubois. Madeline Gauthier. Renata Mata. Gabriela Noara Rodriguez. Monica Renee Zborowski. Receiving the Master of Science degree, concentration in food and nutrition with the specialization in food science and nutrition science. Sejal Harkoot. Chinmaya Ravipati. Receiving the Master of Science in Nursing degree, concentration in nursing education. Colleen Anantonio. Leah R. Bauer. Gabriella Cavallari. Lori Lacina. Rita Tramontosi. Receiving the Master of Science in Nursing degree, concentration in nursing leadership. Colin James Bates. Kimberly Gabriela Berazueta. Mary M. Collins. Safir Michelle Jocelyn. Brooke Tabor Kirby. Receiving the Professional Science Master's degree, concentration in biotechnology with the specialization in quality assurance. Diana Marcela Cardona. Zheng Yuan Chan. Andrea Marie Ficara. Supriya Karna. Ritu Pandey. Congratulations to master's graduates of Framingham State University.
Congratulations once again to all of our graduates. I'd like to now introduce Michael Gatlin, a member of the class of 1978 and president of the Framingham State Alumni Association and Foundation Board.
Thank you. Good evening, graduates. On behalf of the Alumni and Foundation Board of Directors, it's my honor to welcome you to the Framingham State Alumni Association. You're now a part of a strong and ever-expanding network of alumni from Framingham State who play a crucial part in many of the Commonwealth's leading businesses and public sector organizations. We hope that you'll stay engaged with your alma mater through alumni activities and take advantage of the alumni benefits available to you. I've met some wonderful people through my involvement in the Alumni Association and professionals in many fields. I encourage you to reach out and take advantage of these connections. Most of all, we hope you return to campus and proudly represent your class, your program, and your institution. Welcome, fellow alumni.
Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us today to celebrate our amazing graduates. Graduates, families, and friends are invited to join us for a reception and light refreshments in the McCarthy Center Dining Annex. Please remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates exit. Thank you, and congratulations again to you all.